This week, we're heading to Quebec to Bush Country Camp.
That's right. Bush Country Camp is located on Lake Sassiginiga. It's only a couple hours from North Bay. We're visiting Norm and Chantelle for a spring bear hunt, and hopefully we get into some walleye and pike as well.
You're watching Fuel the Fire TV.
We'll be right back.
Life offers no guarantees, but the one thing we've learned for sure is that time is indeed precious. The more time we spend with family, with friends, and with nature can make the difference between living a good life and living a great one. Join us on our quest to be participants rather than observers, to learn from our mistakes, to share our successes and our failures as we spend all of the time we have chasing our dreams, fueling our passion, and fueling our fire in the great outdoors.
Fuel the Fire TV is brought to you by Closed captioning for Fuel the Fire TV is brought to you by Island Sunrise Cottages.
Bush Country Camp is located on Lake Sassiginiga. It's just over the border, about 3 hours from North Bay, maybe 2 hours from Temiskaming. Norm and Chantelle do a fantastic job at providing a quality experience for their clients.
That's right. They picked us up at the boat landing and we took a 12-mile boat ride up the lake to a 13-acre island where the cottages are located. Hey, Norm.
How you doing?
Good.
Yes, sir.
Awesome place you got here.
Thank you very much. Welcome to our chunk of paradise.
Yeah.
And we always start off with the ZEC forms. Like I mentioned, we are in a harvest control zone called ZEC.
Okay.
This is the 28th year that it exists. That's really particular about this territory. It's like almost like a national park. And it's protected, and when they mean harvest control zone, there's very specific laws on the hunting and the fishing.
Okay.
The whole crew here, we're pretty excited to have you over, and looking forward to you're also doing the bear hunt.
Yeah.
Spring bear hunt for us is a big deal. We bait 11 proven stands that have been an average of 19 years, up to 19, some up to 22 years. These stands have been out there, and our success rate is anywhere close to 100%.
There's no denying that I am new to bear hunting. This is actually my first bear hunt. To make it more complicated, I've opted to use my bow and I'm self-videoing.
That's no easy task. I opted to take Warren along as a cameraman, and I'm going to use my muzzleloader. Bear hunting is not new to me. I've guided on Manitoulin Island for several years. But I'm actually really stoked about this hunt. It's not very often that I get to actually look down the barrel of a gun myself and harvest an animal. Right off the hop, we get a beautiful bear come in. But I'm a fall bear hunter. I'm not used to watching spring bear. So I second guess myself. That bear took one whiff of us and was gone the other direction and never looked back at the bait.
Okay, just like we do at home, we watch all kinds of bear hunting on TV. It looks easy, right? Well, wrong. I tell you, when that boar, 300-pound boar stepped out or jumped out the first night, my heart stopped. The head looked so big, I was so excited, but that bear knew what it was doing. It came in, it came straight directly down to the barrel. It never gave me a shot. It grabbed the bait, ran up the ridge to enjoy his snack, well out of bow range.
So this is day 4 of our hunt. After tonight I lose my cameraman. Norm has another bait for us. The wind is right on it. He thinks we should go in on it. So he sends us in all by ourselves. We go in, I bait the bait. Me and Warren take our time and getting into the stand, make sure we don't make any excess noise. We get the gun loaded up, put the primer in, and we're ready to commit to this bear.
I think that's a medium bear coming out. Yeah, for sure, that's that second bear. I think I'm gonna take him tonight. You tell me when you're you're on them. I'm on him. Let him turn first, but I'm on him. Okay.
This segment of Fuel the Fire TV is brought to you by North Meridian Enterprises.
I'm on him. Let him turn first, but I'm on him. Okay.
Okay, folks, we're in bush country camp and 4 nights sitting in the stand. We just shot a medium-sized bear that we had come in last night. We had to make a decision. It was starting to get dark, and we took the shot. In there, he did the death moan, so we know he's down. So we're gonna head back to the boat and get Pete, get some help here, and we'll go get him out. Hopefully Neil has one down too. Be a double header tonight. Right on. Bush country camp, awesome spot.
He's right here. Oh, beautiful head on him.
Yeah, that's unreal. I'm up in the tree stand, you know what? It doesn't look that big. You know, I second guess myself and just get rid of this light here. Right down where everything else. But there's nothing wrong with that bear.
That's beautiful there.
That's a good spring bear.
Yep.
And he feels a lot heavier. Beautiful coat. Wow. The size of, that's a big paw. I know what you mean now. Last night, like you can put on a couple 100 pounds so easily.
Yeah.
Right? Because you know that bear at home, I know my hand is around a 250-pound bear, and yeah, I'm just stoked. That's awesome.
Hey folks, it's the end of May. We're at Bush Country Camp in Quebec with our hosts Norm and Chantelle. Rob was successful tonight and he harvested a real good spring bear. It was our fourth sit. This is our fourth sit. And Rob saw these bears come out yesterday. Warren was videotaping and on the camera. And they came out just after 9 again tonight, 9 o'clock. And Rob let him have it with his muzzleloader. We're super excited. We can't say enough about Bush Country Camp. Norm has great amenities here. It's a gorgeous location. We were into all kinds of pike today. Norm set us up on a little Écarté lake, and we just had a blast. Tanya and Landon just got in after catching some walleye, so today was a good day in our minds. Remember, folks, in order to fuel your passion and fuel your fire, you have to get outdoors. Thanks, Norm, for an awesome guided trip.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Yes, sir.
All right, so we're headed up to a portage lake here in Quebec. It's called Écarté Lake, and we're on Sassiginiga with Bush Country Camp outfitters. They're coming in so hard, they're just...
How many do you have?
19.
Show me.
Watch, you'll see them. There you go.
Oh, you got that time.
I see it.
They come in and they just hammer it right at the boat. Give me back my lure. That is awesome. I'm telling you. That is just awesome. There we go, a nice little northern pike. We'll put him on the stringer, which is still with us. Good. And we'll pull the Warren. Yesterday, it was so funny. Warren's been up here and he really wanted to catch a walleye. And there's a slot size on the walleye. And we got a nice walleye that was, it looked like it was over the slot size, so he went to go measure it. And he put it up against the side, the measuring stick in the boat. And that walleye just jumped right out of his hands and was gone out of his life forever. I thought he was, I've never seen him look so sad. But that's how it works up here. You gotta let some of them go, and that was one that got to see and fight another day. All right, Tanya, you're up.
This segment of Fuel the Fire TV is brought to you by Great Spirit Circle Trail.
Well, bush country camp, it's such a relaxing atmosphere.
Right.
I mean, it's very rustic, but it's so relaxing. The loons come right up to your boat. You know, that when you're fishing walleye at night, that's all you hear is them loons singing. And for my wife, it's got her totally hooked. She will always go back to bush country camp.
Awesome day.
Oh, he's a good one too.
Oh, he's not giving up. I need the net. He just hit that jig in.
Nicely done, Seifert.
We had two that came off, so this will make up for it. He might be the biggest one, I don't know.
Oh, he's bigger than Rob's.
Today we'll be going out on a little tour here. We'll be going north, up through the Narrows right in here on the northwest arm. I'd love to show you, I'm going to be showing you the portage over to H Lake, which is a beautiful pike fishing lake up in the air with boats and motors on them. Then we will continue and see the overflow, because Lake Sassiginiga is a spring-fed lake. So, but there is an overflow here into Lake Icardi right now. There's high water, so it's beautiful scenery there, and with waterfalls. Nice place to go for a picnic. And then we'll be coming back out on the main lake here, and then we'll continue into Cox's Bay. We'll go and do some fishing there for northerns in about 8 to 10 feet of water. Lots of northerns biting up in there right now. Coming back down here through the canal, very nice scenery there into Pickerel Bay. Lots of little islands in there. Beautiful place to be.
Got your walleye on, buddy?
Yep.
Here he is. Bring him up. Whoa. There we go. That one might be a little smaller. That one might be a release. It's not. It's like a quarter inch too short. So, buddy, we gotta let it go, okay?
Okay.
It's too short. Okay. Number 2 for me for the night. The night's just starting. Then you can get him in the net. Okay, get the net up. Pull the net up. Get under him. Oh, yeah, there we go. Woo! I just want to say how nice this area is. Bush country camp. It's great. You can bring your family. Landon's caught some pike all by himself, a few walleye by himself. You know, when kids can catch fish like that, gets them into the sport, and they fish for the rest of their lives.
That pretty much ended the trip for you, Tanya and Landon. You guys caught a bucket full of walleye that night. It looked like so much fun. Man, it was a trip to remember for you guys.
We sure did, and you know, it's sad to have to leave this place. The only thing is leaving you behind on your solo bear hunt. I really hope you don't get eaten.
Stay tuned and I'll show you what happened on my little solo trip.
All right, so I'm headed into Lake Écarté. Rob and Tanya have taken off today, and I'm kind of doing a solo little adventure. So I'm going to try and catch it all for you on video. This is a Pike Lake. We walked up here the other day. It's a little bit of a hike, but if you're willing to put in a little bit of that extra mustard, then hopefully the day will pay off. I'm trying to get a nice pike on video, maybe in the 10-12 pound range. So we'll see what happens. I got to make it back for my bear hunt tonight. I'm going to stay back. These guys had to go home for work reasons, and that gives me a couple of days of solo adventure. So stay tuned and we'll see what I bring you. We found the mouth of this fast moving stream. It's not really fast, but it's deep. It's got deep channel, and you throw anything in there and you can see these northerns come up and hammer your bait. It is really fun to watch. With the polarized glasses, you can see so far down into the water. You can actually predict when to set the hook because you're sight fishing, and there's nothing as fun as sight fishing. You can just you can feel the hook set almost before it actually is ready to set. It's a blast. All right, let's catch a pike here. Of course, my drag is set too low. Okay, this looks like a decent fish. Come on, baby. Oh, back, oh, back. He wants to fight this guy, another northern, to add to the bucket. He's a little bit better. And he's beat up too. Oh, he's barely hooked. He's barely hooked. Come back. And that hook is off. I'll show him to you in a minute. You know, look at this fish. This is a good fish. I'm gonna throw him back. He's beat up. Like he's been hit here with I don't know what it is. If the other fish are trying to attack him, his head's all chopped up. But this is a good look at his tail is all bit up. I mean, there might be some monster fish in here. Although we're allowed to keep 6, I'm gonna throw this guy back and see if I can get a bigger one.
This segment of Fuel the Fire TV is brought to you by Ryland's Clothing.
The last few days up at Bush Country Camp, I was by myself. I must say I was nervous, especially going into that bow stand. The last day, what do you expect, right? You just never know. I got up close and personal. Although the bear wasn't very big, I didn't commit to taking that bear. I knew that right off the hop. He put on a show, and it was something that I'll never forget. It was fantastic. There were a couple of parts to this trip that I'll never forget. One, you're hunting and fishing in new territory, so that's always a great experience. Being with good friends and having the laughs that we had, and we laughed about that walleye jumping out of the boat for an hour, and you know, it really makes you value the outdoors. One part though that I won't forget is when on my last day, when that bear was only a few feet away and he looked up at me and our eyes locked. It was like he was looking right into my soul. It was very, very special. I'm humbled by the experience, and I'm glad I had the opportunity to share that with you guys, the viewers. So this is my last day up at Bush Country Camp in Quebec with Norm and Chantelle, and I just can't say enough about the hospitality, about how comfortable you are so far off the beaten path, and the quality of game here is second to none. So
I just want to extend my sincere appreciation for having them host us. I did get a chance at a bear. I didn't take the shot. I do have some really good footage of that, 100 and maybe 30 or 40 pound bear that we didn't take. Really gave me some excitement and taught me a few things actually about the behavior of bears. He was nervous, chomping his jaws there and yawning. And it was probably because there was a bigger bear, lurking in the shadows, and you learn something every time you're out in the bush, and it's important to take note of those details. But like I said, just a fantastic time overall. I just can't wait to come back. I can't wait to bring my kids back here and my wife Diane. I miss them like crazy, but that's the price you pay trying to bring this stuff to you guys, so maybe one day you could bring it with your family and bring them up here and enjoy the beautiful and great outdoors up here in Canada. Well, folks, that wraps up our week in Quebec with Norm and Chantelle at Bush Country Camp. We had a fantastic week. We were 100% opportunity on bears, as you saw in the video. We had some great fishing, both by ourselves and with the group. Fantastic guides, just a real good time to come up to Quebec and enjoy what nature has to offer. It's at its finest up here. So thanks again, Norm.
Thanks, Neil. It was a real pleasure having you over, and you're welcome to come up here anytime.
Awesome. That's what we love to hear. Remember, check out Norm's website, www.bushcountrycamp.com. And remember, folks, to fuel your passion and fuel the fire, you gotta get outdoors. We'll see you next week.
Okay, here we are, folks, at Bush Country Camp on Lake Sassiginiga, northwestern Quebec. Landon, did you enjoy your evening fishing?
Yep.
How long were we out here? A couple of hours?
Yeah.
Yeah. What were we catching? Walleye?
Walleye, and we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Right on.
6 walleye.
And thanks a lot to Fuel the Fire TV.